So hey, what's up guys, Bucks here, and welcome back to another episode of the Moto GP 20 career mode. And this time we're getting into the next two rounds, which are going to be out at Thailand and then Japan, and then we've got 3 more races left in the season for the season finale. So let's see what we can do then in terms of bike development. We need 2.5k, so another week, and we'll be able to upgrade the engine again. We have enough now to improve the chassis again, so I'm going to get people on that, and hopefully it will come before the end of the season. I think it might be too late to do anything really now. I mean, 7 weeks is going to take us to week 47, which is right at the end of the season, so we might get a new frame for the final Grand Prix. In terms of aero, there is literally I mean, we could go for a bit more downforce if I was to start developing that with the aero, dude. That's going to take 15 weeks. So do I cut my losses and put him on to help with the frame, or do I go and get everyone on this development here? I mean, how long would it take if I got more staff on it? 5 staff, we could get that node built. The introduction of race and air channels has opened up new development solutions to improve performance on track. The bike's stability can be improved by altering the fins to the detriment of top speed. This package reduced the bike's tendency to rear up when leaving slow bends. I mean, we don't have that problem. We've been developing anti-wheelie, so I'm going to get the guys back on this, and we'll get the aero guy to help with this as well, just to try and bring it down a little bit. There we go, 6 weeks, that'll help out. In terms of this, we've got 5 weeks left for the anti-wheelie upgrade. Do I get these two to help out? I mean, we've spent a lot of money on it, so I'll probably leave it, to be fair. If I get an engine person on, will that just help bring it down a little bit? Yeah, it will, so I'm probably going to do that. No. Yeah, I'll put an extra person on it. So in terms of research, we've got 3 people on the engine now, because in 5 weeks that frame might be useful to us. So yeah, we can also develop the next node for the engine. So there we go, set up everything we need to. Taking a look at the championship, we've had a good few races, we've bought some good upgrades, and it's been paying off. For a 9th in the championship. So let's head into the Thai Grand Prix. Final corner then on our opening lap here in Q1. It's not been a great lap, been a bit of a warm-up, so 1.1 seconds off, so we're definitely going to have to go for another lap, and we're closing up on the back of Banaya, and this is a track which I don't think is going to suit our Aprilia really. We did struggle here in Moto 2 actually as well to get up near the front of the grid, so I think our good form and run of pace is going to come to an end pretty shortly. So we've just gone 2/10 quicker in the 3rd sector. We could be on to beat Oliveira's time here with slightly more used tyres as well, so that's good. The rear's getting a little bit hot, so we won't be using a soft in the race, that is for sure. Breaking into the final corner now, missed the apex a little bit on the power as we can straighten the bike up. What's it going to be? 31.4 is the time to beat. 31.1 is what we do, so that should be enough to get into Q2. Oh no, it wasn't. Danilo Petrucci. I think if it wasn't for Danilo Petrucci, we'd have been able to get into Q2. So that's annoying. I didn't expect Petrucci to be down in Q1, but it is what it is. 3rd place overall in Q1. So let's go tyres. It's going to be a medium in the front and a medium in the rear. Extra fuel, of course, because the straights. So medium, that should do us nicely. Maybe a hard, could have gone for the rear or the front, but no, decided to go for medium, and looks like everyone else did at the front too. So then, what can we do off of the line? We're going to go power mode 2 for these, well, for this first sector at least, probably for the first half of the first lap, just to get us up as far up the grid as we can, side by side with our teammate coming into turn number 1 on the outside then. Got all the room as long as no one crashes up the inside, and we're still side by side with our teammate Now going side by side with Jack Miller, who's got the toe off of Nakagami, also the legs on that Ducati. Here we go then, braking the end of this straight into turn 3. Bit of contact with Miller and Rins. You can see Miller's nerfed Rins out wide. Polo Espargaro goes down. Who's that? I think that's Zarco on the Avintia, doing well for the Ducati team there. Losing my voice a little bit there. Good run at the top of the straight. We're on. Whoa! Very deep and slip on the curb. Back on track and then back down into Palmo 1 now. Slotting into P9 just behind Miller. We've got Valentino up the inside. Oh, not letting Rins through too. And oh my god, we're being swamped. Up the inside is Zarco. On the outside is Rins. And we lose out 2 positions. Up the middle though on the brakes into turn number 8. Whoa! The Avintia just like missiling us. Absolutely ramming us like crazy. Is his name Alex Marquez? It must be. Right then, Valentino Rossi. Let's see if we can get Valentino. Gonna go Palmo 2 again just to try and pull away from this pack. But we're good on the brakes. I think Valentino was stuck behind Miller a little bit there at the final corner. On the power then. Zarco behind us still. 6/10 up the road is Valentino Rossi. Let's try and get a good run on this straight. Obviously the Zarco, well, Zarco's Ducati is going to be quick behind us, so we're going to have to watch out for him. But hopefully our Aprilia can hold its own up the straight. It should be able to, really. Ooh, running very deep there. Making our own trap, braking about 50 meters too late and running 50 meters too wide. So there we go. Hunting down Valentino again. Chuck it into turn number 4 nicely. See if we can start to fight our way up through the top 10 a little bit. Up the inside of Valentino, getting back where he got us. There we go, job done. P9 for now. It's half expecting him back up the inside. Starting to get a little bit of heat into the tyres, which is working well for our Aprilia. The Aprilia is starting to turn into a nice little bike. It's not a race winning bike yet, but it's definitely come a long way since the start of the season. So see if we can carry this pace forward. Let's see if we can clear the Pramac. The one thing that Ducati does have is a lot of straight line speed. He's not as good on the brakes. You can see how unstable he was there as well. Getting all out of shape. 32.3 from Marquez, who leads from Dovizioso. 32.5 from us. Here comes Jack Miller using that Ducati pace, but again on the brakes he backs off pretty early. Chuck it into turn number 1 on the power again. Use some power mode 2 just to help us along a little bit now. Ending lap number 4 then. Well, ending lap number 3, starting lap number 4. I'm going to go power mode 2 on this lap. We've got a lot of extra fuel, so let's start to burn it off while we've got the tyres to go with Vinales. The tyres looking good, rear's looking absolutely bang on for temperature. Not too bad for wear either, considering we're halfway through the race now. And the front's a little bit cold, but it's because we're in the first sector really. It will heat up soon through the second part of the lap. I think we've got the tyre choice bang on. Medium front and rear is good for this track. So then, power mode 2, let's see if we can close the gap to Vinales. Here we go, braking for turn number 4. Pretty good on the brakes. Chuck it in a little bit loose over the curb. Ooh, he's a bit earlier than I expected on the brakes. But he's a sitting duck here, and it's a shame for the factory Yamaha team that the Petronas bike is quicker. I mean, look at Quartararo even further up the grid, I think. I think he's in about 3rd place. Again, Vinales going early on the brakes. Chuck it up the inside. He's trying to hold it on the outside, but that's not going to work out, and it is. Yeah, look at the Petronas Yamaha there. In 3rd place on the podium. Good choice of team to go for, really. So, we've got the job done on Vinales. Now, let's see if we can get the other Yamaha of Franco Morbidelli. This Aprilia is turning into a good race bike, I have to say. It works nicely. It's looking after the tyres as well, which is good. That helps us out in the race. In qualifying, you can tell it does struggle sometimes to get into Q2. What can we do approaching turn 4 then? I think the Yamaha struggles through this sector because Vinales was slow as well. And here we go, up the inside of Franco. Nice aggressive move there, and we end up nerfing him out wide. Danilo Petrucci's here. He's doing pretty well in 5th place. Come on, Aprilia, on a roll right now. I think the AI must be looking after their tyres or something, because we're really going for it right now. We're really fighting up through the order. Going to have 2 laps of the race left, and we've got just over 2.5 laps of fuel as well. So got about an extra half a lap of fuel, I would say. So we'll use that on this sector. Again, while I've got tyre life, I don't want to be leaving overtakes to the last minute if I can help it. But back on the power, look, the Ducati just pulls away. 31.9 from Marquez, who's starting to pull away from Dovi now. Quartararo's backed up to the back of Dovizioso, so obviously Quartararo trying to get 2nd place, running it wide at the exit of turn number 1. First real lack of grip I've noticed now, but we're on lap 6 out of 7, so that's going to be why. On the brakes then, front tyre cold, so you have to be careful. Run it a little bit deep, but back on the power nice and early, straighten it up. We just struggle to close down the Ducati, and Vinales has a 2nd lease of life. Here we go, 2nd wind from Maverick Vinales. Let's cover him off on the approach to turn 4. Took it in, a little bit of a slip from the rear over the curb, but Vinales backed right off then. So he was quick through that first sector. He's going to be gunning for it now. I thought we could have waved goodbye to the factory man, but obviously he's been able to clear Morbidelli. Let's see then, can we get Petrucci or Crutchlow here? We're in a bit of a title battle. Not a title battle, a team battle with LCR. So it would be good to beat Crutchlow here. Because obviously the LCR team split into 2. It's got the Nakagami sponsor. I don't know, I can't remember the name of the sponsor. But then it also has Castrol, which is Crutchlow's sponsor. We go around the outside, a bit deep into the final corner. Danilo's going to get straight back. Yeah, there he goes. 31.4 from Marquez, going very quickly at the end. 32.7, we've dropped off the pace a little bit, and Vinales has caught up to the back of us. We're starting to cause a little bit of a train behind Cal Crutchlow. On the power again, look at that Ducati wheelie and popping a little bit of a wheelie as there's so much power going through the rear tyres. Going to the outside. Oh, a little bit deep on the brakes, but if we can do Danilo around the outside, that'd be crazy. Cut him off. Yeah, look at that. Nice stuff. We could be on for P4 for Aprilia. Another good result this would be. Oh, he's coming back at us at the outside, and we're going late on the brakes into turn number 4. Crutchlow on the outside. Whoa, slip from our rear. Oh, contact. There's damage. Our rider isn't happy. Clashing with Cal Crutchlow at the end of the race. Going a little bit wide. He's back through. Danilo's back through. Oh, this is crazy stuff. Let's see if we can get them back. Whoa, Maverick Vinales up the inside. Oh, that was crazy. That was absolutely crazy stuff. Let's take a replay of that coming up. You can see we're going side by side with Danilo. Oh, that Ducati's so quick. Vinales was fast approaching as well. And then we were up the inside of Crutchlow on the brakes. Very committed. He's still around the outside though. We get a little bit squeamish on the curb. We run it deep then. And then Crutchlow comes back up the inside. And so does Danilo. And we have to back out. A little bit more contact with Danilo around the outside, and oh, that didn't get a very good angle of that. It was the collision there. Oh, our lines just crossed. Bit of a racing incident, I think, because yeah, let's follow this angle. Coming through turn 6, a little bit on the curve, flicking the bike over. I had absolutely no vision of him there. Look where we were all over the curb, and then right here we're going to flick the bike. How am I meant to see? He's right behind us in our blind spot. We're tucking it in, coming through, and yeah, contact with Vinales. Wrong place, wrong time. I think the stewards should see that as a racing incident, I hope. And I've got damage on the bike now, so that's going to affect our downforce. I think we probably lost a winglet or something. But Danilo and whoa, we've got to watch out for Miller here. Danilo and Crutchlow won't be happy, battling it out with each other. I think Crutchlow is going to hold on to 4th place unless Danilo does something into the final corner. See what we can do. Braking quite nicely for the final corner. Whoop! A little bit more contact with Danilo Petrucci. And that is taking more damage. So, in the end, 6th place. We could have got a 4th, but it wasn't meant to be. A little bit of a racing incident there towards the end. But 6th place, I'll take that. Vinales hits the deck. He didn't classify his bike. Conked out on him at the end. So, in terms of the championship, then, Crutchlow heads ahead of Vinales now. We're still in P9, closing down Alex Rins. I think Alex Rins got quite a good result. I forgot to check, but we're still behind LCR Honda at the minute. Trying to jump up the order if we can. But overall, good race. A little bit hairy at the end, a little bit scary, but we got the 6th place, got the reputation. Gonna get some more credits. Need to get up to 250k to be able to end our contract if we want to. Right then, in terms of development, we've got 4 weeks left on the frame. Advance another week, and we're going to be heading into the Japanese Grand Prix. 3 weeks is going to be what, this one, then there's 2 more races. We might get the upgrade for the electronics and the frame at the next Grand Prix. We're not going to have any chance to develop this node 2.5k. It's going to take too long. It really is going to take too long for us to do that. So I'm going to just focus on what we've got. I wonder if we get these guys on it, whether it will help out as well. So if we get the engine full, all hands on deck, I don't know if it will speed it up any. We've got loads of people on it. Right, so I've managed to get the frame upgrade down to 2 weeks now by putting more stuff on it. And we've had something come through here. LCR expires in a week. Do we want to go there? I feel like we could get a slightly better offer. And I feel like our Aprilia could be better next season anyway. I mean, look at the team performance. We've really developed this. It's a lot faster than the bike we're going to get over at LCR Honda. And look at the potential as well. So that's good. Right, so I'm going to stick with Aprilia for now. We'll let that run its course. And let's head down to qualifying for the Japanese Grand Prix. Here we are in qualifying then. I've already gone out on the soft tyres, but we're about a second off halfway through the lap. So I've decided to come back in and I've put on medium tyres because the tyres were getting so hot over the course of that lap. So I've got a medium rear and a medium front. That should help us out. I'm going to go for hards in the race, I think. Hard front, medium rear probably will be the setup. But let's crack on with qualifying for now. Come through the third sector then. Alex Marquez had crashed and we're just less than a tenth off of Nakagami's time. So let's see if we can find just over a tenth of a second in this final sector. Pumping the brakes then, coming down the hill into turn 11. Coming across the line then, decent exit out of the final corner. 47.4 is the time to beat by Nakagami on the Honda. 47.2 is what we do. We found a couple of tenths in the final sector. So that's nice from us there. In the end, then we stayed fastest overall. Jack Miller right behind us. He could have knocked us off the top spot. Coming around the final sector, then we've been just over a second off of Marc Marquez's time, but his time is absolutely rapid. I can't remember what my time was. I have short-term memory loss, I think, or something. Getting a little bit on the grass on exit. What's it going to be? Can we break into the 46s? No, 47.7. I think I'm going to go for a back-to-back. Well, I'm going to have to go for a back-to-back lap. No, I'm not. Folding the front. Oh, that's annoying. I think that's 12th place. Yeah, we couldn't get any higher up the grid. I think we could have knocked a little bit of time off. I can't remember what my Q1 time was, but I'm pretty sure I could have knocked half a second off of that, which would have put us up near 10th place. So we wouldn't have gained many more positions. Might have gone forward a row, but it is what it is. Not meant to be. In terms of tyres then, there's lots of tricky braking zones where you might fold the front like there in qualifying at turn 1. So I'm going to go for a hard front. If I've noticed that if your front tyre gets hot, it's easier to fold, so we don't want any of that. So I'm going for a hard front, medium rear, because the medium should be fine. Everyone else has gone for mediums. So we'll see who made the better choice. I just want to be able to lean on the front tyre on the braking zone a little bit more. You can see a few soft tyres out there. Our teammate's gone for it as well. The Aprilia is good on tyre wear, so our teammate proving that for us. So then Marquez on pole position. What can we do off of the start for the second Grand Prix of the episode? Let's go then, accelerating down into turn number 1, coming alongside our teammate. Good little run into turn 1, and Jack Miller cuts in front of us very aggressively. Have to watch out. Luckily our nose on up the inside, and Aleix Espargaro is down at turn 1. I think he just got caught on the outside and someone went flying in at turn 1. Here comes Nakagami, holding our own on the Aprilia a little bit more now in the straights. We've got that frame upgrade coming in 2 weeks time, which means for the last episode we will be getting it at the last 2 Grand Prix, I think it will be for. But breaking at the 150 meter board, oh, it's very tight. Nakagami trying it around the outside, a little bit caught up behind behind Morbidelli. We're on the grass. That's going to cost us a little bit of time. Can we break into the top 10? Oh, going around the outside of Morbidelli. I keep getting the names mixed up. Whoa! Whoa! Alex Marquez is through. We almost ran out terribly wide there. Zarco. We always seem to be in the mix with Zarco here. See if we can get him breaking into this corner here. We're going to try stuck on the outside. If we can cut him off now. Lovely stuff. Job done. Zarco goes down. What? We were nowhere near him. And I think Iannone's gone down. There's a huge crash behind. Oh, side by side in the last few corners. The rear getting a little bit unstable. Power out now. Whoa! Absolutely huge crash. Whoa! Petrucci's down as well. 2 big names. Whoa! Whoa! That was crazy. Into turn number 1 as well. So crazy stuff at the end of lap number 1 to start lap number 2. Nakagami side by side again with this man. He's crazy. Crazy. We're going to get him back hopefully as we go power mode 2 down the straight. Pushing it in the braking zones. A little bit deep at turn 3. Back on the gas though. Come on. Oh, slide from the rear. Don't know where we're going to be able to get him. We're struggling to catch up. We've got Alex Marquez behind. We're pretty good in this corner here. Say that we run very deep. On the power though, I'm going to hopefully pick up the slipstream on the Pramac now, but he's just going to power away. He's got that GP20 and it's just so quick in a straight line. But we're going on the brakes. Look at this up the inside. Come on, grip up front tyre. Oh, the bike's a lot heavier than it was in qualifying, but we get the job done on the Pramac. Into the final few corners, Valentino Rossi battling out with Quartararo. Obviously Quartararo's pipped well, he has taken Valentino Rossi and his Yamaha seat at the factory team, but he's going to be the next Yamaha great, I think, Quartararo. So we're sitting in 7th place. Rins is just ahead of us in the championship, I think. So we need to try and actually beat Rins. So it could be good if we could do that here at Japan. Gonna try get underneath of him. Can't quite get it. That Suzuki just a lot smoother around there. You can see he wasn't pushing it and he was going a lot quicker. But on the brakes, though, we're just a lot better than him on the brakes. Ooh, a little bit of contact with the Suzuki there. A little bit of power mode 2 again, but he just pulls away. Chuck it into turn number 2 then. Turn 2, turn 7. What am I on about? But we're all over the back of Rins again if we get a good exit. Oh, that Suzuki's just so stable on the power. Maybe a little bit of a cut back on the power early if we can. No. Rins is just too good. Braking then again. This time we're not running wide. I'm going to have to go power mode 2 down this back straight. Rins is trying to get past Valentino Rossi as well, and we're trying to get past Rins. So on the power, slipstream. Can we do anything with the top end speed here now? Front tyre is going to be cold in this braking zone, so I'm going to take it a little bit easier. That's the only thing about running the hard tyre. If your tyre is cold, it's also going to fold. So I thought I'd be able to keep the heat in it a little bit better, and Rins just showing us the door. And we're going to take it at the final corner. Come on. Nope. He's just so good on the traction. That Suzuki gets such good traction. Power mode 2 again. Try down this straight. Maybe if we had a medium front, it would help us out. But we've got Miller and Alex Marquez to worry about behind. We close in again on the brakes. So even though we're slightly down on power, we can close up again on the brakes, which is good. Power mode 2 again, maybe. On the brakes again. And we're running deep at turn 5. Come on, square it off. Back on the power. Whoa! Jack Miller contact. And that's a little bit of damage, which is going to affect us. Hopefully it doesn't affect us too bad. We've got Alex Marquez behind. That could affect us. We know that. I'm still not forgetting what he did to us at Argentina in episode number 3 of this season. Round 3, of course. Running it deep. We've lost a little bit of downforce on the brakes. Look how cold our front tyre is. It's starting to affect performance. Oh, that's what's not helping on the brakes either. Front tyre is cold. It is stone dead cold. I can't keep the heat into it. So a hard front isn't going to pay off for us today. I think we might struggle to get RINs, but we've got 2 laps left after this one. So I'm going to go for it on this next lap. It would be good to get RINs for our championship, but I just need to get some heat into the front tyres. I need to push the braking zones. If I can get some heat into it for the last 2 laps, that'd be great. I'm going to brake late, go into turn number 1, just see if we can force the heat through it. But it's not going to work. Come on. We needed a medium front. We've slowly been catching up over this lap, but it's not been enough. 1.1 seconds still. We're pulling away from Miller, and Alex Marquez has dropped right off at the minute. So braking again down at the bottom of the hill. Gap as we cross the line is 1.1 seconds. It's all or nothing. The gap's stayed the same really since we've lost temperature in the front tyre after the first few laps. We seem to have dropped right off the pace now. So it's all about whether they make a mistake, if we can get RINs or not, and whether RINs is able to do something on Valentino on the last lap here. That is our only chance really, but we're struggling out the corners now as the rear tyre is on its last legs. Miller and Marquez behind. Whoa, look at RINs around the outside of Valentino. Valentino's going to get him back. It's going to be tight at the end of the Grand Prix. I'm going to go power mode 2. If they take each other out here, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But it's Valentino Rossi up the inside at this last sector. Oh no, RINs brakes around the outside to get Valentino right at the death for 5th place. That is annoying for Valentino Rossi. Also for us in the championship, because we're trying to close down RINs, of course. Chucking it into the final corner, then out of turn 14. And across the line to take 7th place. Not bad, not bad. Not bad at all. Ahead of Alex Marquez, which is good. What's that going to do for us in a championship? RINs still pulling away a little bit. But we're holding on for 9th. It could be 9th place that we settle into for this season. Championship stays the same for team and constructors. But 7th place, I'm happy with that. We need to keep the money rolling in so we can terminate the contract as well. I keep saying that. How much are we going to get? 13,000. That's going to bump us up again, but we've got more wages to pay out soon. So if I have a look at the calendar, when are our next wages? We haven't got any wages, so we should, at these next few events, get some more points on the board, and then we should get a decent amount of money. We still have our proposal from Aprilia in terms of full factory bikes. Then yeah, we're not going to be able to get on a decent LCR, so it's all about what we can do with the other teams. whether we go Suzuki, Yamaha, Ducati, or Honda. They're all very low chances. We've got a high chance of Aprilia. High chance of RCR, but we've ended that negotiation. But that's been it for today's episode. I really do hope you have enjoyed. Next out, it will be the finale, and I'll be doing these all 3 races out in the next episode, so a triple header for the season finale. But if you have enjoyed, smash the like button, share it around with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe for more. So we'll see you guys in the next one.